what you think. Please comment below. #GayTopix. Chicken teriyaki with broccoli and white rice. In 30 minutes or less. Watch it right now. From the house of Songo, this is GayTopix, the only gay source for hot topics and gay news. I'm your host, PAPISONGO. Welcome to my house. You're literally inside my house. Thanks for being here. Please comment and drop those emojis, and please subscribe to my channel. Like most talk shows, there's always a cooking segment. Unfortunately, I didn't have anybody respond to my many inquiries about coming to co-host with me and do a cooking segment, so I'm going to be doing the cooking myself. I am Puerto Rican, it's in my blood, and it's what I do best. I call it a shortcut, to eating, because you'll see why I call it a shortcut and as I cook for you today. Today we're going to be having chicken teriyaki with broccoli and white sauce in 30 minutes or less. That's right, you heard it from me first on GayTopix. Hope you learned something, I hope you like what I do, and I hope you enjoy my meal just as much as I will. So now, let's get started with GayTopix. But always remember, you're always in the mix with GayTopix. I'm your host, PAPISONGO. Let's get started with my cooking segment. So first, you want to turn the heat on. To high on both pots. There's always a 2-to-1 ratio when you're cooking rice. So this right here is a cup. So there's always going to be a 2-to-1 ratio. So you're going to have 2 cups of water with 1 cup of rice. Again, that's 2 cups of water with 1 cup of rice. Then you want to get some butter, maybe about a teaspoon, tablespoon. Put it in there, and then put it in with the rice as well. You get everything nice and marinated and coated. I like my butter always to be brown before I put anything in it because it gives it sort of a sugary taste and sweet taste to something that's spicy. I use this Spanish rice, Carolina Spanish rice. Sometimes there's a shortcut, but most people use a Puerto Rican, cook it from scratch, as opposed to, using Sazon and everything else. But all that's included in this little rice packet right here, so I'm not missing out on anything. But again, like I said, cooking to me is always a shortcut. That's what makes it so enjoyable. Now that I see my butter is browned, I go to Trader Joe's barbecue chicken teriyaki, and I put it in. Remember, always have a garbage bowl. We want everything nice and clean and sterilized. At Trader Joe's, you can find some really good how-to meals or, 1-2 skillet meals and things of that nature. But we're combining that to make one full meal. So, Trader Joe's teriyaki chicken goes for $4.99, and only feeds 2. I'm actually making an entire meal that's gonna feed 4 for $4.99. most people have, when they're cooking rice, they have the mistake of, constantly looking in after it and stuff like that. But once the rice is al dente, there's really no point in touching the rice ever again. Trust me, you will know when it's done. Because once you lift that lid up, all of the steam and stuff like that comes out and it ruins the al dente of the rice. And you want it just al dente so it won't stick together. Most people like sticky rice. I'm personally a fan of sticky rice, but I also like my rice to eat like literally one rice at a time. So while this chicken is getting nice and brown, the smell is just so unbelievable. I don't know what else to say. It's like, it's so unbelievable. And to me, I love cooking. As you see, I'm dressed very casual in my drawers, and I'm doing my cooking. I love to cook, and hopefully one day you'll invite me over to cook with, for you. I would love to do that, because my shortcut meals everybody could do, and I would love to teach anyone who's willing to learn from my shortcuts. Remember when you was in high school and you didn't want to study for the test? We had these things called Cliff Notes. The Cliff Notes are literally basically like a summary of the book that you needed to read and the questions they were going to ask on the test and stuff like that. I never remember not taking a test and not reading Cliff Notes. Every test I took, I read Cliff Notes. Being a kid and being so youthful, and so innocent and not have a care in the world, but, when your mother used to cook for you, But I learned to cook by watching people, and I volunteered a lot at GMHC, and I would see them cook in the kitchen. And then in the Army as well, I learned how to cook, and then more importantly, when you're living alone, you really have no choice but to cook alone. So that's how I had to learn, So now that the rice has come to a boil and mixed fully, I'm going to lower the rice down to a simmering heat, and then I'm going to cover it. I'm not going to touch it after that. Leave it alone. Do not touch it. I also see my chicken is nice and firm and soft, and it's got that nice brown glaze from the butter, and it's going to be sweet too, like I said, because when you make the butter brown, it gives it a sweet, savory taste. I'm going to add broccoli florets. You can buy this at any supermarket. So we just drop a couple of broccoli florets in here. Yeah, I say that's about enough. I never measure. To me, if it looks appropriate, it looks delicious to me. So I never measure. I go with my eye, and my eye is telling me this looks good. So then we're gonna leave it at that. We mix them all of them together, so the broccoli starts to melt and blend in with the chicken juices and get all nice and creamy. But here's a shortcut, like I said. With Trader Joe's chicken teriyaki, it has to come with teriyaki sauce. You can't have chicken teriyaki without teriyaki sauce, can you? So we'll just cut a snippet there, and we'll pour that in there. We're only going to pour one. It comes with two, but we're only going to pour one for now. And the reason why is because once the broccoli starts to melt, the water from the frozen, it starts to blend in with the chicken, and the juices start to form, and we have to wait for that to simmer down before we can add the other one and repeat the process all over again. So we're mixing in everything together, and as I said, the juice is starting to form again, or gravy if you want to call it. Some people want to eat their rice with gravy, but for me, I just want the flavor. We need a little salt and pepper. And over my shoulder for good luck. Mix it again. See, and this is the reason why it's a shortcut, is because my chicken is being cooked at the same time that my rice is being cooked. So by the time the chicken is finished, the rice will be finished as well, and there you'll have your meal. PAPISONGO knows best, especially when it comes to cooking. Spanish rice. I cook it for meal for $4.99. 4 people can eat off of this for $4.99. So I'm saving you money as well. Shop at your local Trader Joe's and get, you know, the chicken teriyaki shortcut. I think I should show you. So you see there's a gravy here. We're gonna wait until that's literally gone before we add the second one. But you'll get into it, trust me. So you keep stirring, and you know, in the meantime, you know what? While you're waiting, you can see more of me in my drawers and smoking a cigarette. Remember, I'm not going to touch the rice. You never touch the rice. Leave the rice alone. You know when it's done. Trust me. But my chicken shortcut's already, like, look at me smoking a cigarette, and I'm almost half, you know, done. My shortcuts are, everybody should be doing them. So it looks like most of it is melted, and I'm gonna add in my second packet of teriyaki sauce. Again, you can get your chicken teriyaki shortcut at your local Trader Joe's. Now we mix that in there, and now it becomes thicker and juicier and softer. So my chicken is nearly done. My rice is nearly done. And this cooking segment is nearly done. You see, cooking can be very fun, and it can be very relaxing and very enjoyable. I enjoy it because I love tasting new things and creating new things, and, you know, I'm inspiring myself to do more, because if I fuck it up, I'm more likely to actually do it again and do it better the next time, you know. So definitely learn your ingredients. Like I said, you know, the amount, the teaspoon, a tablespoon, or a half a teaspoon, it really doesn't matter. What looks good to you looks good to your mouth, because we look with our eyes, or we eat with our eyes, I should say, not our mouths. That's why so many people take pictures on Instagram. And let's face it, if a meal looks really disgusting, you're not gonna eat it. So it's gotta be on point for you to even put it in your mouth. Now, if you like your gravy, you know, with some teriyaki sauce, I suggest you stop now. But like I said, I don't. I just go for the flavor. So I continue mixing in, but as I mix in, I see it's evaporated already. Just a few more seconds, and then we're gonna cover it up and let it sit. You're enjoying this cooking segment, right? I told you it's fast and it's quick. I do my things very quick, you know. I ain't got time to be sitting over a stove and washing dishes and stuff like that. I need to do things real quick, you know. So I'm gonna turn off my chicken now, make one last stir. I'm gonna show you. Doesn't it look beautiful? And the red rice. It's gonna look so beautiful. Wait till you see. But I'll be back, so when that rice finishes, we can show you how the meal looks in the end. Okay, so now with the water completely evaporated from the rice, which should have taken 10 to 15 minutes, you want to take your chicken that you just made and pour it in there. And mix everything together. I learned this trick of putting things together in one pot, in these one pot skillets, when I was in the Army, and it was called chili mac. Most of my friends to this day actually still ask me for my recipe for chili mac because it is absolutely delicious. And this, you will find, will be something similar, but with chicken and rice. Arroz con pollo. So after the rice finished cooking for 15 minutes and the water was completely evaporated, I took the chicken teriyaki and mixed it in with the rice and blended it in together. I let that sit for additional 15 minutes, and this is what we got. You're cooking with Papi. Now I'm going to do the taste test. It's hot. You know what, every time you get something good and you gotta sit down. I need to sit down. Oh, this is so good. The crispness of the broccoli And the sazon and adobo in the Spanish rice. Oh, this is incredible. I really do hope you enjoyed watching my cooking segment, Cooking with Papi. Hopefully one day you'll be cooking with Papi too. Remember, you're always in the mix with GayTopix. I'm your host, PAPISONGO. Have a blessed day.